warm welcome and to all of you. And it has always been pleasure to be in Pune because I'm based out of Delhi and we are kind of 40-degree plus nowadays. And coming here is such a nice climate. So I think this climate, sustainability, and all we have been hearing since morning, and that's what I think one major part of the smartness of a city. And definitely Vivek and everybody has given a different perspective of various technologies which can be used to make a city smarter. And Nitin and ma'am has given their perspective as an user that what they are planning to make those things happen. Just to give you a quick insight about Johnson Controls, see, we are into sustainability, we are into energy efficiency. We make a city or a country to a place to live, work, and travel. So that is our motto, and that is where we are working with many organizations, whether it is a city, airport, metro, buildings, and many entities to make those things work for themselves. Today, because of the time and constraint we have, I will just focus on one important aspect of a smart city or any city as such, which is definitely the traffic, traffic congestions or the transportation challenge which every city is facing today. So not going much into that, 130 years of innovation from our side. As I've told you that we have been kind of into building technologies, energy solutions, and sustainability, and the advanced transportation. Now, very quickly, this is the observation we have coming from not only India, for the global perspective, that we being a developing countries, what is the challenge that we face on transportation? So definitely there's a kind of whole lot of things are coming to urban centers because of the 65% population going to be in next 5-7 years. So rapid growth in the traffic demand, and this traffic demand itself is very, very dynamic. It changes during the day, during the week, during the month. So it's not easy to manage. I think the livable index of a city heavily depends on how efficient the transportation or the traffic system is all about. So hence you see that there are a lot of other factors like we have in developing countries like ours is the road conditions, right? It's not only number of, and then number of vehicles, and definitely the type of vehicles. Very interestingly, we recently met one of the city traffic commissioner. Then he just told us how many type of vehicles which runs on his city. My answer was probably 8 or 10 type of vehicles. He said 27. So it is Bangalore. Now, I think it is nothing different in many cities. Now, to manage the traffic demand and all these things, so various complex parameters comes into pictures. And definitely the other thing is, the discipline, right? Because we know that traffic users and the, drivers, hardly there are, discipline being maintained in most of the cities. So these are the challenges which we face, and that's where the congestion comes in. That's what we get kind of frustrated when we move from one place to another place in most of the cities. Now, what is to be done, what can be done rather? So 90% of the cities today in Indian city, I think traffic control is the topmost priority, one of the top 3 priorities. India, environment, from a developing countries, I think our challenge is much more, because you will see this kind of new challenges coming in, because you have the high-end vehicles going in that. At the same time, the cart also is running on the same road, right? And also there are a wide variety of vehicles, I told you, and the population density is definitely is becoming a major challenge to manage, right? So what is the need in very short is there are 3 pillars which is required to be focused to make a holistic traffic planning. One is there are 3 E's. One is the engineering part of it, which is nothing but the civil part of it, where how the roads are being constructed, how the roads are being designed, how it is being implemented. So it is very, very important, because if the roads are not enough, proper roads are not there, then whatever technology you bring in, it cannot be a successful adaptive traffic control systems. Because today, the mayor of Pune, she said that adaptive traffic control system is something a city is looking at to manage the traffic demand and make the city more, mobile. Now, With the civil, the other engineering part of is the technology part of it. So what is the technology part of is probably, what the organization like us comes in and do it, but that is one part of that. Now, technology is nothing but you have to design, the way the signal comes in, design the way you have to do the timing of the signals, because timing of the signals will be different from different roads, different junctions. Second is the education part of it. I think that is something which is a social part of it. We need to have ourselves educated on the traffic rules and regulation. And third is enforcement, which is being done by the police. But I think all three are required to make a holistic plan for a city. Now, what is required very quickly is that real time, right? How you can manage the traffic unless until you have a real-time data from the roads coming in. So this is something, the broad framework. I'm not getting into the details, but what I want to mean by from here is that there are role played by government on the policy part of it, which is, you can see from the colors, public transport management, maintenance and all. Second part is that the society part of it, which is the, pedestrian movement, travel information and stuff like that. Third is definitely the organization like us who bring the technology into the place, the corporates, right? Or the PPP model and or, normal CAPEX, OPEX kind of stuff, where the traffic demand management, how to use technology to do that, how you use the commercial vehicle management systems like, Ola, Uber data to be, used into the system, and you make a whole plan, whole traffic plan, or the online or the on-demand plan. These are the adaptive traffic solutions coming in. And with that, definitely the incident management. Now, in any road, if there is an accident, everything is going fine, an accident happens. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you are unable to clear that accident. There is a traffic congestion for maybe half an hour. So how to manage the incident is very, very important for managing the traffic control system. So this is what the ecosystem works. These are the the building blocks of our adaptive traffic control systems. Very quickly because of time. So there's a software part of it, the SCADs. There's a controller goes to the every junctions, and these controllers are actually connected to a central system by which online real-time data coming in, and it actually makes the timings of the signals so that you have minimum congestion, minimum delays, maximum number of green lights comes into the picture for the most of the major roads. Very quickly, this is what the solution that we have been doing across the world for the last almost 3 decades, called the SCAD systems. It is a urban traffic control system which is adaptive and coordinated. Now, this has been there into 270 plus cities across the world. We are managing 40 plus junctions. Just to give a brief, these are the countries where it is being implemented. And I think with the smart city coming in and the initiatives and the other traffic initiative coming in, we see a whole lot of opportunities for us to work with government. So that's what we have started around 7 to 8 months back. With many governments, we are working on these particular solutions. So this is what we have around, many countries which is using. And good part is that if you see that there are many countries not only developed, there are a lot of developing countries. So this system is very, very suitable for not only developed but also developing countries where you have, this kind of situation where the things are very, very dynamic. Very quickly, how it works. These are the kind of 2 roads, the 4 junctions, and you need to have kind of different kind of vehicle movements. Technology coming in that how you design the movements into phases and make a proper signaling timing, okay, which is very, very important. That's what the technology and the engineering coming into picture. And then it is on the individual junction. But what is important, you can manage a junction on a real-time basis.
Sorry to interrupt. We are really
sure, I'll take 1.5 minutes more. Then I think I can logically complete. I understand, sorry. So now the second part is that you need to coordinate between the junctions. Then only you actually can make it happen in terms of the proper solutions. Because when you start from your home and you probably go to a destination through 7, 8, 10 junctions, it has to work together. So this, the adaptive solution actually is doing that, not only junctions, but across junction, it actually coordinates. So just say this is what, you see all these Indian cities are growing like a grid. It is, growing leaps and bounds in various places. So this kind of complex systems to manage, you always need adaptive kind of systems. So just quickly, so we are having these systems running in many places in Asia and across the world. The summary of it is that what it does is reduction of the stops by 40% is a average study of 270 cities today. Reduction of delays not only this delay and stalls, but it has got the implication of your sustainability, which is the emissions and also your consumption of fuel. That there's a substantial amount of reduction comes in. And that is where I'll just conclude here. And definitely, it is not only traffic, which is you are controlling the vehicle, but I think it comes the police, transport, ambulance and all. So there is a holistic, intelligent transport management system coming into place when we are talking about the adaptive traffic control system. So I'll end here. Any questions, anything probably you can hear and we can take it forward. Thank you.